Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I really appreciate to this institute to have this seminar, and I think that is a very good one. That this important seminar, I'm just happy that I can attend this, and especially it happens in Italy, because to me Italy is an example where a country really have the tolerance of religious. And as you know, one of the biggest mosques in Europe is in Italy, in Rome. Used to be the center of the Catholic religious. So I think this is the most tolerant country in Europe or probably in the world. Thank you very much. It is indeed an honor and pleasure for me to be here today, to be a member and speakers of the promotion of world peace through interfaith dialogue and the unity of faiths. In this forum, I would like to share the Indonesians' experiences in promoting peace in the national, regional, and even international level through interfaith dialogue. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelagic country consisting of 70,145 islands with 240 million people of 1,128 ethnic groups. It is never an easy task to govern this diverse, large area and highly populated country. Since its independence, Indonesia has had to deal with enormous and diverse challenges that threaten its nation, such as separatist threats, ethnic and religious conflicts, communal violence, prejudice, misunderstanding, and intolerances. Let me now share our experiences in promoting peace within our community and resolving our internal conflicts through interfaith dialogue. As a multi-ethnic and multi-religious nation, managing diversity is critical for us. Being the third biggest democratic country in the world, as accustomed as to the practice of dialogue and consultation, we believe that only through dialogue, humankind can learn to live together peacefully and harmoniously. It is also only through dialogue that we can recognize our shared and common values of humanity. Many studies have demonstrated the power of interfaith dialogue to address our unstable world marked by divisions, ethnic and religious conflicts, disparities, communal violence, prejudice, misunderstanding, and intolerance. This is the reason why Indonesia always encourages interfaith dialogue with various partners at the bilateral, regional, and international level. This has been an always and will be always an integral aspect of our foreign policy. Numerous interfaith conferences have been held in Indonesia, including conferences among Islamic scholars, religious leaders, and interfaith leaders. Through this kind of dialogue, we are able to address intolerance and prejudice as well as ongoing problems such as religious conflicts and ethnic tensions. Since 2004, Indonesia has developed a culture of interfaith dialogue as Indonesians' form of proactive efforts in promoting tolerance and mutual understanding between the members of different religious communities and among civilizations. This activity is considered an important initiative to promote harmony and cooperation and eliminate suspicions, misunderstandings between religions and cultures. Indonesia has held a number of activities in interfaith dialogue within the framework of bilateral agreements with other countries such as Austria, Russia, Britain, Netherlands, Republic of Korea, Australia, Ethiopia, and the United States of America, and especially with Italy. Indonesia has organized such a dialogue twice, and it's going to be the third. Indonesia has also carried out interfaith dialogue in the regional framework through the Asia-Pacific Interfaith Dialogue Forum, APEC, Intercultural and Faith Symposium, International Conference of Islamic Conference, ICIS, and the World Peace Forum, WPF. Meanwhile, within the framework of interregional cooperation, Indonesia also hosted ASEM, Interfaith Dialogue. ASEM is Asia and European meeting. Interfaith Dialogue Forum, which was first held in Bali in the year 2005, which produced a declaration that became the foundation for the countries in ASEAN and Europe to cooperate, build inter-religious misunderstanding in the dynamic world characterized by the potential conflict between religious and ethnic groups. Ladies and gentlemen, learning from what we have done so far, interfaith dialogue is a continuous process of listening and opening ourselves to others' thoughts, then delivering the opinion in a constructive way and look for similarities. There is a continuous process to understand others' thought and faith that will give a positive effect towards someone's attitude. This enables people to avoid intolerance and prejudice, as well as ongoing problems such as religious conflicts and ethnic tensions. The other most important things to promote the world peace is not only sharing our ideas in this room, but also sharing the best practices from each country with wider international community through various media and channels. In line with promoting peace and stability in the region and in the world, Indonesia also actively conducts yearly program, namely Bali Democracy Forum. It is a forum where Asia-Pacific countries share their commitment to promote the values and principles of democracy in the region and beyond. The last Bali Democracy Forum, held on 6th of November 2013, has shown us how this forum has become a very valuable part of the region's democracy architecture. Our 6 years in this forum has been successfully become platform for Asia-Pacific countries to share views, experiences, and best practices on democracy. Through sharing experiences in these forums, it proves strong correlations between democracy and development, as well as between democracy and peace and stability. Ladies and gentlemen, in our country, respect for religious tradition is taught from the very beginning, from the kindergarten, high school to university. At the childhood and elementary level, Moreover, our constitution, the Indonesian constitution, guarantees freedom of religious for its people, promoting a spirit of religious harmony, national unity, and maintenance of law and order. Indonesia also designates national holiday for each religious holidays for Islam, Catholic, Protestant, Hindu, Buddhist, and Confucians. So we have so many public holidays because we respect all the religious sacred holidays. So at least we have 5 religious holidays because we respect all the religions in the country. I would like also to further share with all of you that democracy and Islam in Indonesia can coexist and also thrive together. In spite of the fact that Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim country, people in Indonesia can live together in harmony regardless their religious. It is very common in Indonesia, one family members have different religions and faith, and they live together harmoniously without conflict. As the previous speaker mentioned about mixed marriage can take peace, it happens also in Indonesia. Since the government designates national holiday for each religious holiday, Indonesia is the country where most of its people celebrate and enjoys religious holidays of other. Just 3 days ago, we have a public holiday for the Hindu New Year's calendar. It was a public holiday. And because that is public holidays, the Indonesian embassy also closed last Monday just to respect the Hindus' sacred day. We cannot neglect there have been religious conflicts and ethnic tensions in Indonesia, but we always manage and solve them through discussions and dialogue. Indonesia government realized that practicing interfaith dialogue creates mutual understanding and creates truth among its people. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been proven throughout the history of our nationhood that we have maintained our unity. That's a large country. Indonesia is from one end to the other end, it's just like from London to Rome. Our largest archipelagic country with 240 million. It's not easy to maintain if we don't have a understanding and just a continuous dialogue, interfaith dialogue. It has been proven throughout the history of our nationhood that we have maintained our unity. As I mentioned, we overcome aforementioned challenges through continuous effort to hold interfaith dialogue with various partners. In our perspective, interfaith dialogue should be maintained and further strengthened by all stakeholders in order to promote peace and stability in the national, regional, as well as in the international level. Indonesia agrees that in order to achieve the world peace, the building of mutual understanding through interfaith dialogue is of a critical importance. Conclusion. I would like to thank you all so much for attention. I wish you all have a great and fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. I think we have, again, some minutes for some question, please.
Good morning, Ambassador. I am Bishop Pablo David from the Philippines. I'm your neighbor there, out there in Southeast Asia. My question has to do with one of the sources of tension in Malaysia between the Islamic and the Christian communities, which is the suppression of the Bahasa Bibles done by the local Bible societies there that translate God's name into Allah. Would the Islamic communities in Indonesia share in the same kind of a resistance?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Okay,
We can start with this now.
thanks for your question, but I cannot interfere other countries' problem. But in Indonesia, we have no problem with saying Allah, because it has been a tradition from centuries that the Christians use the Allahs, and the Muslim society, they respect us, and as well we respect also the Muslims. So there is no problem in Indonesia. And I can tell you also how tolerance works in Indonesia. I'm not a Muslim, become ambassador to Italy. Our ambassador to the Holy See is a very dedicated Muslim, and it works. So in our society, we don't have that kind of problem. Thank you.
Please.
My name is Oktay, I'm from Turkey. I have an organization, and I would like to add something to that. I'm a Muslim, and everybody has the right to call Allah Allah. Allah is the name Allah given Himself. I mean, this is definitely wrong. If you cannot do that, just not right to prohibit somebody to say Allah. That doesn't make any sense. It's just against religion.
Thank you. I share your opinion.
Another question? Well, I have a little point for you, but it's not really a point for a specific answer. You mentioned Italy, and I appreciate very much your words on Italy. I think that the traditional tolerance, which is, of course, connected to places of cult and different capabilities of a religious community to share common values and to talk each other, they cannot, let's say, taken for granted. Italy was, and you remind to us, Italy used to be, and Rome in particular, you mentioned Rome, of course, a place of continuous dialogue. But I see, I'm a political sociologist, I'm not an expert of let's say, religion, but I studied political elite and the way the political elites discourse is based on of course, values like tolerance and so on. I see that in the context of Italy, and you mentioned European Union as well, in a broader sense in the European Union, the basic elements of interreligious dialogue were changing for two very, very basic reasons. First, the difference in terms of sides in the flows of the religion saliences around the European scenario. Secondly, immigration. Immigration was, of course, not a traditional issue for a country like Italy, which used to be a country of immigrants more than a country open to immigrants from other places. But now we feel a completely different scenario, and this should be a very important aspect in conceiving the idea of tolerance. What do you think about that, coming from another very compound country?
I think to have the tolerance between religions, the very basic is humanism. And that's what I observe in Italy, that you respect human rights. And that is also in our Indonesian constitution. Humanism is also very important. We believe in God, and believe in God, and every religion has their God, religious, so we respect that. And basic of that is humanism. We respect human rights, and that create the tolerance between religious believers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.